Right, if I heard right, there's more in depth, but not a 4x level depth. How do you mean? Duffelfish? Nevertheless, let's go ahead and start upgrading our ships. Now, we have small passenger ship. We have a medium mining ship now. We've still got the small freighter, but it's bigger than it was before. We've also got the small fuel tanker. Those are the things that have been upgraded by our most recent research. Let me just go and hover over that again. So, yeah, we've now got the remote fuel transfer, small colony ship. Oh, small colony ship. Medium mining ship, small passenger ship, and small fuel tanker. Has it actually upgraded my previous freighters at all? It might not have, actually. No, it probably didn't. We'll just get bigger ships later on. So, for now, it's just the mining ship, the colony ship, the passenger ship, and the small fuel tanker. Okay, well, we need designs for all of these wonderful ships. So, let's go ahead and do this. Add new. Starting with, from the top, the medium mining ship. I was replying to someone asking if it was a poor man's Stellaris. This is significantly more in-depth than Stellaris. Thank you so much, Calibum. That is fantastic. Dev Diary 6 states that trade happens only with other empires. That's what I thought was the case, but I was just double-checking, because obviously in Aurora, the state and the private sector are completely different, and as a consequence, if a private mine is set up, you don't get those resources. You can buy them off the private mine, but you don't get them automatically. That's them. They just pay you taxes and stuff. Whereas here, we're getting the resources. So I was like, is there trade going on, or are they just shifting the resources around for me? Yeah, Stellaris is more pretty. This is way more in-depth. Way more in depth. That being said, I haven't seen the space battles enough to really say what space battles look like in this, but I would say that Stellaris is probably the prettier of the two games, if that is something that matters a lot to you. Proximity sensor, of course. Deflection, of course. Do I want to give you weapons? I don't know. I really like that these... Like, I can have one iron engine, or I can have two. But if I have two, then they have to be symmetric. I don't believe I can have three. This is a design that can only have two engines at a time. We're going to want a skip drive. We are going to want a large mining engine. We will want... Well, no, there's no way so that someone could dock, so there's no point of me having, like, a commerce center on this ship. That would be silly. But what I would like... I could put a research lab. No, I can't. I could put a research lab. There we go. Only I can't, because this has to have... oh, no, it says then, only research stations and spaceports can have research labs. That was one of the things I actually did quite like about the first game. You're like, because I can, I will. I want a research lab mining ship, you know, just so only our doctor miners can go on this one, you know. By half their shift is mining rocks in their mining rig spacesuit and their mining pick. They don't have drills. The ship doesn't drill. No, they get out there and they mine it. They buff, really buff, very chested, buff miner scientists who come back and then it's like, okay. Tear off my like Dead Space like spacesuit. Now I don my sleek SpaceX style spacesuit and I go to the space lab and I do the brainy things because my brain is also as buff as my muscles. Truly amazing. But we'll go with the command center down there. We're gonna need a cargo bay. If I can get away with, I would like 2 of these. So this will stay out there longer. We're going to need an energy collector. Only one. We're only going to need one reactor as well. Only one for now. Though I would want two if I want to be able to travel at full speed. Do I care about traveling at full speed? It's going to be a question. Not really, actually. Okay, here's the thing. If I get rid of that, and I put this on there, we can only go to 15 million. I would need to fill the rest of this up with more fuel cells. Basic crew system. Actually, we only need exactly that many crew, which is kind of nice. But if I want to give this any kind of fight, then I'm going to need more crew on it. Do I have enough space for that? I don't. I can just about fit everything in here. Having a shield system, I feel, is wise, because it means that if it did get into a fight, it's got time to turn and run away, basically. Ship needs a nightclub and a casino. I know, right? I think the Commerce Center will have trade. What do you mean, Longbow? I could put a Commerce Center on here, but I don't think it would really do anything for us in this situation. Unless this mining ship was mining in someone else's territory and then went to their location to offload. Yeah, there's no warplanes, it's completely free movement. Hey, Ultravinix, thank you so much for the 24 months, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn, buddy. I think, for the time being, if I drop this reactor, this is going to drop our range down to 11 million. But if I then give them extra fuel in space, puts it up to 15 million. So that is the better option for us. Our hyperdrive can't run at full power, but that's actually okay. Which means that I could stick a weapon on here if I really wanted to. Or I could stick another deflection field. No, I can't quite fit it. That's a shame. Oh, of course, yeah, 15. Duh. Laser cannon or ion field projector. Let's have a look at these two side by side. It's not damaging. What kind of range has it got? Direct fire, weapon countermeasures plus 60%. Range. The ion field projector is shorter range. The laser is much faster as well. Uses more energy per shot for the ion. Fire rate 14 seconds. I am assuming per shot. Yes, based on the damage rate, the per second damage rate, it definitely is. It definitely is worse. But the thing with this is it does ion damage to engines, ion damage to hyperdrives, ion damage to sensors, ion damage to shields, ion damage to weapons. The laser straight up just does damage, but this can do ion damage and take things offline, which might be useful to have. Point blank accuracy is 80%. Where's the accuracy? Shield bypass, armor bypass. So the ion weapon is 25% less capable of bypassing a shield, but 25% more capable of bypassing armor on an enemy. So if the shields are offline, then this has a 25% chance of just leaking through armor and hitting internals. If FDL taught us anything, being able to ion a ship and empty it out should give us more loot. Yeah, can't argue with that logic. Sure, we'll pop an ion projector on this. Boom. There we go. Just for the lulz. Just for the lulz. Got no armor, sadly, but, you know, that's just the way that is. Alright, we're going to need a name for this mining ship. Oh, my lord. Time for some naming games, I think. Also, Tubman, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much for the 6 months, buddy. Yeah, no, exactly, Joe. Ion weapons will disable systems, which is what I was going for. It was the kind of the way up between just straight up doing more damage faster versus doing less damage but being able to knock systems offline. And since this ship is not going to win any fights, what I wanted to do is run away. If it can get in some, you know, chance shots to disable weapons or disable something's ability to follow it, then that's perfect for us. Alright, you need damage plus ion. Do you, Jote? You can choose big pirate ships with a handful of cheap ships with ion weapons and cannons. Not for mining. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I absolutely realized that... Oh, wait, are you saying that ion weapons cannot take down a shield? Because if that's the case, then obviously that's not going to be a very good ship. What I was getting from that is there was basically a no chance that damage would leak through a shield. They would have to strip the shield down completely before they could hit the armor. But at that point, there's a 25% chance that damage will leak through the armor and hit internals. Okay. Chat, you know the drill. We are going to be doing... I honestly don't know. Oh, wow, Hickson, my lord. Copy Ion in chat. We've already got 2 naming games redeemed. Very dapper dapperlings have already fronted the cost. So, the next 2 ships will be named. Without you having to have the dapper ducats yourself. Always very kind. Always incredibly kind. Just what we have come to expect from the prodigious generosity of the dapperlings. But if you type hashtag Ion in chat right now, I will have Nightbot select randomly from everyone in the raffle, and we shall name our very first medium mining ship. Oh, thank you so much. Sweet Orange Bunny and CEO of Alcorp have also dropped in some prepayment. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Alright, let's see who wins first. It is Autonomy 26. Fantastic. What are we going to call this ship? What was the other mining ship called? Either way, we'll call this Autonomy. Autonomy. Let's make sure I spelled that right. There we go. Save and exit. Let me just have a quick look at the other mining ship. Okay, I need active designs. The VO30-2 Plastic Hobo Salad. Why was it VO? Why was it VO? I don't know. But apparently that's the one we're going with. And then it was the amount that it could mine. Where is mining rate? Mining range, mining rate. 30. VO 30. TAC 1. It is the first in series. This is not armored. Armored. Oh my lord. I hate it when games do this. Why do they? I have got a UK keyboard. Why does the game find it so hard to just ask my operating system, hey boss, what layout is the keyboard? Because I don't want to assume. One should never assume the keyboard layout of the user's keyboard, because who knows where they live. How does this work for someone in, I don't know, China? How does it work for someone in China? My lord, they're just typing blindly. I have no idea what this is all going. Or someone who's got more letters in their alphabet. My lord. The worst part is that on a British keyboard, these aren't even synonymous. Like, sometimes you can get by. Like, so for me, the double quotes mark is is Shift 2 on the keyboard. But right now, that's bringing up the at symbol. Now, sometimes you can be like, okay, so if double quotes is at in this layout, if I use at, that'll give me double quotes. But no, that gives me tilde. It gives me tilde. Because on my keyboard, the at symbol is where you've got the apostrophe. What I have to press to get the double quotes is the tilde key. So I have to go through, basically this is a bouncing around 3 different keys to be able to find the one I want. Crazy. Crazy. The VO-30 armed mining ship autonomy. I actually kind of like that. I like that name. Like when people would put a DVD or a game back in the nearest case. That never happened. Never. Not even once. Never once happened. No. No. That's punishable by a trip to the oubliette. The real oubliette. Not the Jeff jail. Not the Jeff jail, the figurative, metaphorical oubliette. No, we're talking about the actual dungeon oubliette. You get thrown in there, and people walking above, like maybe toss in rotten vegetables or other things. Maybe they relieve themselves down the grill on top of your head. And eventually some knight will come along and just like murder the emancipated shadow of a man who's meant to be guarding it, and toss you down a key to the door at the side of the cell you hadn't even noticed before. Then you have to fight a demon, and basically, you know, like real life. An oubliette actually sounds like a fancy French cafe. It is the opposite of fancy. Yeah, normal real life things. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Normal real life things. Alright, okay, there we go. The VO-30 TAC-1 armed mining ship. Autonomy, for sure. There we are. Ah, of course. Why was I expecting that to be easy? Alright. So we can't have that. I guess AMS? Armed mining ship? Let's take rid of the VO. I like it when games let me have some convoluted naming system. I really do. But so few of them allow it. It makes me sad. But there we go. We've got that one set up. The next one in our setup. Now, our small freighter currently has... It does seem that it's expanded, though. It does look like we've got a little bit more room. What say you, chat? Should we add some more stuff? I think we should. We've got I've got a commerce center on the freighter. I feel that a commerce center on the freighter, now that I understand it a bit better, my private sector are not going to do that. Wait a second. As a lefty, I agree. So many games don't listen to my switched mouse buttons that I got a programmable mouse. See, yeah, no, absolutely. That is so annoying. And it's such a simple thing. Just ask the operating system what the user interface device is like. Make sure to unset the auto-design automatic thing, otherwise it seems to overwrite... Oh yeah, no, that's already been turned off. That was the first thing I turned off when I got into the game, and then I promptly redesigned every ship. Now, the thing with the Commerce Center is... I was going to say, well, what's the point of having this? Clearly, you know, traders are going to come and buy things from my stations, but... It occurs to me that wouldn't it make, like, my traders will be the ones going to another person's trade port. So wouldn't it make sense then that my traders should have the Commerce Center on their ships? I would assume the trade port would be where the commerce happens, but what about when my ship is going to another person's trade port? And then the trade, yeah, it's still happening at the trade port, but it's also happening with my ship. But yeah, I strongly suspect that that doesn't actually help me. Oh, also I need to change that. I want to upgrade it, not change it. So we're going to get rid of the commerce center. Goodbye. Oh, hello Tilly. You getting comfy, sweetie? Oh, she looks really happy. She's got the fluffy, kind of fleecy side of the Twitch partner blanket, and she's just curled up on that. She actually blends in stupidly well. I can only tell she's there because of her ginger and black spots. Hey Aavak, hope you're having a lovely evening. I hope you're having a lovely time gaming and chatting with the Dapper Chat. I am Lazarus, and welcome to the chat, mate. Always a pleasure to see you here. Maybe it doubles down because both the trade port and the ship have it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it does. But let's assume that it doesn't for now, because it seems reasonable to assume. So what do I want on this instead? We've pretty much already got everything we need. We've got more than enough power for what we need. This thing can go for stupid far. Remote fuel transfer. I mean, realistically, this would mean that my freighters could share fuel. Oh, does it say allows a base to be center of trade? It doesn't say that for me. It's got guns. Oh, it's only on the F1 Galactopedia. Ah, okay. That's a shame that it doesn't actually have that in here. Then that is a bit of a shame. Let me just cancel that for a second. Then let me go over to the Galactopedia components. So first and foremost, just to figure it out, let's have a look at the Commerce Center. Commerce Centers enable a base to be a center for trade, buying and selling resources and fuel. Commerce Centers can provide bonus trade income when resources or fuel are traded at the location. So yeah, that makes sense that wouldn't be useful on a ship. It's a shame that if it doesn't work on a ship, that it isn't disabled from working on a ship, from being put on a ship. The fuel transfer system. Was it not called a fuel transfer system? Oh, remote fuel transfer. My bad. My bad, everyone. Remote fuel transfer. Remote fuel transfer components allow transfer of fuel to a nearby ship without docking. This is especially useful for fuel tanker ships as they top up the fuel of ships in a fleet. I mean, that might not be a bad thing to pop on my freighters, but I will have specific fuel tankers, so probably don't really need it. Hey, Leafy Pew, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the 13 months. Hello, I'm here to figure out how to play this game. It is very information dense, yeah. Docking needs a docking bay, yes. Oh, James, thank you very much for the support there. Lurkers always welcome. I have to apologise to you, Aavak, but I will be just lurking in the background for now as I have to help my gran that hurt herself. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that, Shadow. Shadow. I hope she gets better quickly from whatever happened. Yeah, docking absolutely does need a docking bay, but this does not require a docking bay. So I could theoretically put it on a new ship if I really wanted to. But I don't think we're going to worry about that one. First and foremost, we're taking this off. Secondly, because I'm going to make a fuel tanker and I'm going to have a couple of those lurking around. Wow. Blah, 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 blah. Wait. I was going to make a tanker, and I can only assume that that is not a private vehicle, but is a state-owned vehicle. What if all of my freighters were capable of sharing fuel? Would my military ships be able to... how should we... Requisition... Spontaneously requisition supplies from the private sectors of freighters. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put it on ships. That might cause some friction between the private sector and the military. Automated freighters don't seem to like heading beyond their range. No, indeed. Legalized piracy, ahoy! You can only refuel from cargo, not from fuel cells. Yes, very true. Very true. Now, is this two-way? Or is it just from the ship that has it to another ship nearby? Because if it's two-way... then I could actually... yeah. If it was two-way, then it would make a lot more sense for a military ship that had it to just go up to a freighter and say, hey, yo, give me your fuel. That's why they need a commerce center, so they can sell gas to escorts. Yep. Hey, Crispy, how you doing, mate? Vampiric ships, yeah, we won't put it on there just because, but that it kind of amused me greatly, just the thought of it. Let's fill this up. We're up to 25 million, and this can now carry a lot more. Actually, how much more room have we got? Have we got enough to... Oh, no, we don't. Okay, fair enough. What I could do... No, basic fuel cell is a little bit too big for that. I could flesh it out, though. I could pop on an energy collector just to get that last little bit. Energy collection rate is now... Okay, so the only reason why we would do this is because, as far as I'm aware, energy collection is based on proximity and possibly the type of star. So the closer you are to your star, the more energy you get from your collector, up to its stated maximum. If this works like the first game. It might not. It might just be, as long as you've got that and you're in the system, you're gaining this much energy. But by having two, it would mean that the ship could be, you know, far enough away that each energy collector was only working at half capacity and still have the overall effect of one fully functioning energy collector. But yeah, I hope your gran feels better soon, mate. By all means, let your gran know that some random Welsh dude on the internet is wishing her well. As are, no doubt, 466 people who are watching him play space games. Well, I could give you more fuel just to allow you to go a little bit further, but honestly, I really don't think we need it. I think having this much storage is fine. 3,200. So, FR 3,200. 4. Fire by trial. Attack 4. Okay. Saved. Has this changed? No, that hasn't changed at all. I'm just having a look through, just making sure everything else... No, they're all the same. Okay, time to add some actually newly built ships. So the first ship we're going to pop on here is the fuel tanker. Let's get you going. Oh, wow. How bulbous. It looks like a very, very tiny little starbug. This could be the starbug if it was green and the slightly different proportions and had legs. I've only ever played Stellaris. I know this is much more in-depth and not really comparable, but would I be able to pick it up with the information provided in the game? Okay, so that question. I know I've got friends who are very into Stellaris who have struggled. And I have other friends who similarly into Stellaris, and we all share an interest in the same games, and content creator friends, that is. So people who play games a lot. Similarly, I've got friends who didn't struggle at all. I am not struggling. I am enjoying learning. But I think it depends on how you're coming at this. The UI could definitely use a few tweaks and a bit of spit and polish. But that's going to be true of any game, especially a complicated game like this that has just come out. Because the initial version of Stellaris had all kinds of cumbersomeness to the UX. And just generally how it presented the incredible depth of information. Comparing this to Stellaris, I would say that this takes a bit more work to fully understand than Stellaris, but very counterintuitively is easier to play than Stellaris because you can simply tell the game to automate so many of the features and then just watch what it does to learn. Whereas in Stellaris, you're kind of on your own and you need to learn it. So with this, you could just like hand off control of most of the empire to the AI and just keep a little part of it for yourself and learn how to run that part, and also be passively learning what the AI is doing, what's succeeding, what's failing here and there. So it's a really difficult question to answer. I have not found it difficult, but I do know people who have. So if that answers your question, great. If that has left some things wanting, I do apologize, but it's such an individual experience, you know, whether it's easy to pick up or not. Yeah, this little fuel tanker does look quite adorable. Right, let's get some iron engines on it. Let's have a look. Tonk. Can I have 3? Yes! 3 engines! It will burn through the galaxy at great speed. 1 proximity sensor array, sure. I want a deflection generator, sure. As far as weapons, I don't know if I want them. Maybe ion field projectors, sure. We'll pop 2 of them on, maybe. Skip drive, obviously. Remote fuel transfer, obviously. It's got a fairly modest... Oh, wow. Okay, our static energy requirements so far are extremely low. But then again, I haven't put on a bunch of stuff, so that makes sense. It still doesn't have a very good field range regardless, so I'm going to need to put another one of these on. Possibly another, because this is going to need to go quite far. I am also going to need a cargo bay. Though first I'm going to put on the Command center. Crew systems. There we are. Right up to the edge. How are we doing? Oh, wow. Really? I need another crew. Oh, that sucks. Okay, how about I take this off? That gives us a little bit more room to play. Cargo module. How many crew are needed on this? 2. I can have 1. Nah, I'm going to need an extra crew system. That's just the way it's going to be. Sucky. Sucky, sucky, sucky. Wait. I was emphasizing how sucky it was. No, oh my god. Shut up, chat. You haven't said anything yet, but shut up. If I want to throw down another reactor, I could. Let's see how that would affect things. So another reactor on this gives us an extra 3 million range. That gives us more. So I think we'll go with that. And I've got 15 to play with now. Honestly, I kind of feel like putting down an extra fuel cell because it kind of makes sense to have a decent amount of travel distance for this vehicle, considering it's going to be going out and refueling other vehicles. 29 million now. There we go. About as good as I can make it. It's got a little bit of protection as well. Got a cargo capacity of TK tanker 1,600 TAC 1. And what will be the name of this darling little ship? Let's roll it again. We'll use the same one as we had before, the Fatino Decay. Go on then, Fatino Decay. New fuel tanker, NFT. No! I refuse. Oh, wow. Actually, Red Dwarf would have been a decent name for this, because I do believe the Red Dwarf was a fuel miner as well. It actually mined the fuel, though. Rather than simply transport it. It was a fuel miner. There we go. And as we get better reactors and stuff like that, this will get even better over time. Now, there's one defect. Must have them... What? Why? And yeah, I have played Devorian. Oh, right. Wait. I get it. I get ya. I'm on to you. You cunning little devil, you. The reason why we have to do this is so that if there is nowhere for it to pick fuel up from, it can go to the nearest source of fuel and mine it itself. So yes, this is actually the Red Dwarf. But now I've changed its cargo capacity. This is now not a great ship for its kind of purpose. We're going to drop one of the ion fields. We're also probably going to drop something else as well. I have to drop the middle engine. This now has a 14 million range, which is not great. Really quite ungreat, actually. Getting better components will make all of this a little bit kinder overall, but oh well. It's got a much reduced maximum range, but it is, you know, it's the first of series. It'll do. Dunk, there we are. Now, the next one up. So we've got the fuel tanker, we've got the medium mining ship, we've upgraded the small freighter. Can we improve our small mining ship? Active designs. Let me just have a quick look. No, that one can't be improved. Okay, fair enough. So add new. The final one then. Oh, actually no, there are two. We need to make a colony ship as well. Right. Let's see. Now, are we going to need any passenger ships? It may be possible that we will have tourists visiting other worlds, not just other tourist hotspots. We'll see. I will, of course, make it shielded. I'm not going to give a passenger ship weapons, though. Unless I give them the ion field projector, but that seems silly. Let's have a look at the engines. Uh-oh, Tilly's up and around. Oh, no. You going to want something from me, kitten? Oh, she's being very, very cute. Why not rat dwarf? What? Seriously though, that looked much more like Starbug than Red Dwarf. Yeah, the better crew compartment is going to be a huge help. I just realised the shape of... Oh, thank you so much, Sheilab. Just realised the shape of the small fuel tanker reminds me of the breeder guppy from a fish tank game. What was it? Ah... Oh. I know the one you're talking about. I know it because I played it really recently. It was like a PopCap bundle or something? Oh, man. I know the one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the game, though. I do apologize, but that's going to bug me. Wow. You've infected my brain with unhappy juice. Why would you do this? Now, must have passenger capacity. Hang on a second. Do I even have passenger capacity? Does this count? I actually think... No, I don't have a means of... Go in the cargo hold! In the cargo hold, space rats! No, we don't actually have passenger capacity, so it doesn't matter. Never mind then. That might also mean that I can't make a colony ship for the same reason. I wonder... Colonization module, hyperdrive engines, fuel storage reactors. Do I even have a colonization module? I don't. Okay, yeah, I can't make them. I've got the ship types, but I can't actually do anything with them. Okay, fair enough. Akira Dragamon. Aavak, Misery Loves Company is bugging me now too. Now, yeah, I know, it really is annoying. Can the automatic designer make them? Maybe, but I wouldn't want to cheese it. I imagine it can't. I just saw the guide to being dapper. Oh, that was written a long time ago. It was giving you the fuzzies. Let me have a quick recap. Let me go find my guide to being dapper. Hopefully you don't hear my own channel echoing back at you. Right, so the guide to being dapper. Aavak's guide to being dapper, written like 4 years ago. I understand the difference between a request and a demand. Demands are usually met with silence. Avoid illegal, sexist, racist discussions, etc. Even in jest. If a joke has to be offensive to be funny, it wasn't a good joke to begin with. Do not type using excessive caps. It gets tiring to read very quickly. Learn the difference between offering advice and posting spoilers. Take your time and relax. The chat isn't a race. Don't spam chat even if you think your message was missed. Most importantly to being dapper. Most importantly, be dapper to everyone, not just me or the mods. That's fair.